Hi, everybody. So I get to talk about my work all day, and I'm not going to talk that much about my work today. I'm going to tell you guys my personal story. But on the side of work, I do want you to know, as the coordinator of educational initiatives for Communitopia, we're working to slow climate change in Allegheny County, and that's connected, of course, to slowing climate change in the world. But my job gives me the privilege to work in environmental justice communities around the county. And so I'm working with youth, mostly high school age students, and a lot of the students that I'm working with right now on action plans name air quality as the #1 thing that they want to tackle first, and it's because a lot of them are dealing with the side effects of what poor air quality in our region means for them. So I'm here on behalf of those students today, but I also want to tell my personal story. I have a 3-year-old who's over here on my husband's shoulders. We moved to Pittsburgh. We're a boomerang family, and we moved here in 2017. My husband's coming back, and I'm moving here for the first time with our 2 little boys. And about 6 months after we moved here, we live sort of by Braddock and Penn, so the Wilkinsburg, sort of East Point Breeze area. Our little guy started to cough throughout the night, and of course we don't take him in right away, right? He's fine. The next day he coughs all through the day, misses his nap. The second night in a row, coughs all through the night. Our whole family's been awake, and it turns out in the wee hours of the morning we decide, okay, let's take him into the ER. The doctor isn't open yet. This probably isn't normal. And in the ER they give him a breathing treatment, which is the same treatment that you would give to an asthma patient, and it helped. And so for a few weeks he was okay until the next episode started. And basically we brought our really healthy 2-year-old boy to our new community, moving back to where my in-laws live, falling in love with Pittsburgh for all of the wonderful things that you can fall in love with the city for, and it turns out it's poisoning our child. And so now we are at a point when 6 months later, with many, many more ER visits, we end up with a diagnosis of asthma, and we have a nebulizer that lives at our home now, and I can self-treat, and my husband can self-treat our child. But still, I'm faced with the fact that I have an almost 4-year-old who is a super healthy little boy, with the exception of the fact that he's breathing poisonous air. And so on behalf of you, Louie, I'm here and I will raise my voice. And on behalf of the students I work with, I will raise my voice. I don't just want to vent, I want to bring solutions. So my solution is that our Allegheny County Health Department needs to take this seriously, needs to talk about this at today's meeting and the next meeting 2 months from now, when I hope to be able to bring some of my students to speak, and the next 2 months later at that meeting. It needs to be addressed as a #1 priority on the top of the list until our industries in this area are at the very least following the EPA's regulations, at the very least following the EPA regulation. If our officials can't do that, if that's too challenging, then they need to step down, and we need to get people in their place who can and will do that. Thank you.